here again. Once more here with Daniel. We're gonna keep working with the top positions on the half guard. I'm actually gonna show a variation from yesterday's position, so let's check it out. Nice to see everyone. Moving the head sideways. Up and down. Circling the head, everyone. Both sides. The other. Hips. All right, people. Dropping on the floor and reaching 10 times inside. And hip escaping of 1, 10 times inside. Going to the third position. Back step, 10 times inside. Pay attention to keep your hips low, but not sitting on the floor. Right? Hands and toes on the floor, pushing the leg through, rotating over the foot that we have on the floor, all the way to the other side. 10 times inside, everyone. Don't need to be fast. Just getting a good mobility here with the hip. Okay, everyone. Rotating over the shoulder. Back and forth. Okay, control your hips, everyone. Watch your head. 5 times inside, back and forth. So you can move to the partner drills. Let's go, people. Okay, everyone. So, fighting for the underhook. Then it has the underhook. Push the head, keep the head away, bring my elbow in. Now that I have my underhook, I push her shoulder on the floor with my upper body, move the hip towards the hip, and I have my top position with my opponent flat. Gonna let Daniel get the underhook back, just for the sake of the exercise. And we're just gonna be playing, as we've been playing the entire week. Get the position, flatten my opponent, she gets the underhook again. Okay, everyone, so no need to be fast. 1.5 minutes on one side, 1.5 minutes on the other side, and then you guys switch or on the bottom and on top. Let's move forward to that. Move forward, people. Okay, people, just repeating the exercise that we started seeing yesterday. Basically, we're gonna move around with our opponent's underhook in place. So what I want to do here is let's say that I couldn't get rid of our underhook, then it's too tight. So I'm just gonna back step to the other side so I can start freeing my knee. So here, hand stays, I'm gonna hug the head, I'm going to drop my shoulder on the floor, and I'm going to back step. Pay attention, people, when I back step, my hip doesn't touch the floor because I want to keep my shoulder heavy on her face. If I sit, then it comes up. Okay, so we don't want that to happen. So, now that I'm here, I'm gonna control the top leg. I'm gonna move my hip away so I can free my knee. And here, people, I'm gonna turn my hip until I can have my knee on the floor. I'm gonna push her knee down, hop over, and now I have the quarter mount position. For the sake of the exercise, I'm gonna let Daniel push my leg in. She's gonna get the underhook back. And we're just gonna keep moving the same way, all right? So I grab the head, I back step, hip doesn't touch the floor, control the top leg, move the hip away so the knee is free, knee now on the floor, I push her knee down, hop over, and I have the quarter mount, all right? We're doing this 2 minutes on one side, then we switch sides. Same thing, okay, people? Then it has the underhook. I'm going to back step, control the top leg, free my knee on the floor. I'm gonna push her knee down, hop over, and I have the quarter mount. Then it's gonna push the leg, and we're just gonna keep playing like this, all right? 2 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the other side, and then we switch arms on the bottom and on top. Just want you guys to get this mobility with the hip, right? now let's move forward, people. Okay, everyone, so from here, we're going to basically do the position that we saw yesterday, okay, guys? And if Dan is starting here with the underhook, I'm gonna get my own underhook, just like we did, all right? I'm gonna keep this tweezer here so that it cannot simply take my back. I'm gonna push her head away. I'm gonna get my underhook, flattening my opponent down. And here, guys, is the time where we're going to just switch. So I'm controlling her here with my left arm. I'm gonna bring the right elbow under her armpit. I'm gonna turn my hip towards her hip, and I'm gonna have this position. Pay attention, the hip doesn't touch the floor. A little bit above here, you guys can see that I can bring my hand under my hip, right? And just like we saw yesterday, everyone, pushing the top leg, moving the hip so we can free the knee, and placing the bottom knee in front of the hip. So from here, everyone, everything was okay. I am quite safe, all right? Danny cannot really get any sweep. But what happens a lot of the times is that we get some stubborn half-guard players that make sure that they trap our foot, all right? So sometimes we're gonna struggle with this. So what I like to do, just like we did 2 days ago, is to switch to a knee slide. So how is this gonna play? I'm gonna keep the control that I have, all right? I don't want Daniel to play around. And I'm gonna switch back the underhooks, all right? So I have this left arm free, and I'm just going to make sure that I get the underhook with the left arm, and I go to this position, okay? Now that I get to this position, I need to make sure that my knee is still free because I wanna lift my hip and turn my hip to the other side, switching this to a knee slice position, okay? So I just flip my hip from one side to the other side. You guys can see that Dani is having a pretty bad time right now. This is what we want to have, okay? I'm gonna keep the underhook. I'm gonna control that top arm, and from here, I'm gonna free my foot and go to the side control. Okay? Sorry. Let's go to the other side. And people, if Daniel doesn't have the underhook, then I'm gonna get my position right away. Let's say that we're here, we're fighting for grips and stuff. If I'm able to already place my elbow and turn my hip, great, okay? Now that I have this position, everything is before. Push her leg, push myself away, knee in front of the hip, and we get to this point, okay? Super annoying to free the foot sometimes. So guys, I'm not gonna spend that much time here. I have other stuff to do. So just gonna switch back the underhooks. So right now I'm using my left arm to trap her arm. Very important, people, that when I do the switch, I am tight, okay? Because Dania is really looking forward to get this underhook back. So as I'm placing my hand in, I'm removing the other one so that Dania doesn't have space. Okay, now that I have this position, I'm just going to elevate my hip and my knees are pointing to this side. I'm just gonna switch my hip, pointing to the other side, and I'm already in a knee slice position. Trap the top arm, and from here, I'm gonna be able to pass. Let's say that Dania is insisting on not letting my foot go. Sometimes it happens, not a problem. The foot that is on top, I'm gonna push her knee away, I free my foot, and I'm already on side control, and I can work, okay? People, what is important is that you don't lose the control on the upper body, and here, the hip is pointing to one side, you guys are gonna lift the hip and turn the hip to the other side so you can pass. That's the movement that we're trying to get. All right? Again, people, no need to be fast. You guys could see by Daniel's expression that I was using a lot of pressure. If you guys have this amount of pressure, you guys don't have to be fast at all, step by step, and you guys are gonna be able to get the positions you want. Okay? Hope you guys enjoy. Let's train a little bit, people. Okay, everyone. So we're gonna keep working from here. Basically, me on top trying to pass, Daniel trying to get a sweep. We're both not letting the other one succeed, and we're trying to succeed ourselves. If I get the pass, me being on top, back from the beginning. If Daniel gets a sweep, also back from the beginning. Just make sure everyone make this position count. So when you're here, when you're playing around, okay, try to get the control that you need. So Daniel is placing here the underhook, getting the position that she needs already to start attacking. If you guys have the underhook, make sure you don't lose it, okay? It's gonna be very important. We can work around without it, but it makes everything a lot harder, okay? So we want to be one step ahead at all times. So you guys can switch, 3 minutes on the view on top, then you guys switch, whoever's on the bottom get on top, add some extra rolls to it. Keep working, starting from the half guard, it's gonna be helpful so you guys can really understand this position. Hope you guys are enjoying. Any questions that you have, just see me on the live and we can talk about it. All right? Hope you guys are well, safe. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Okay, everyone. So I just want to take this time to answer a question that G asked me about inverted armbar. So the situation that G was talking about is basically when I have my opponents, I can go from here, for example, I get this control where I bring my opponent's wrist over my shoulder, I trap my arm over her arm, I twist my body, and I get this inverted armbar. Okay, so G was asking me how this position actually works, okay, because G was having trouble tapping her partner. So the thing is, just for us to understand, the armbar basically works when I push my opponent's arm in the opposite direction of the elbow. So the arm is supposed to bend like this. To get the armbar, I want to push her hand on the other side. Okay, so in a regular armbar position, lay down please, Daniel. Lay down. This would be the case, okay? Her elbow is over my hip, I'm controlling her wrist. As I push my hip up, I get the armbar, okay? So it's going to be the same mechanic. The difference is going to be with the grips, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna push my arm through until I have her wrist over my shoulder, and I wanna trap her wrist here, okay? So I wanna make sure that her thumb is pointing to the neck, head and shoulder connected so she cannot rotate, because I wanna put pressure on her elbow to get the armbar. So I'm gonna be controlling her upper body with my leg, and here people, I'm just gonna place my forearm over the tricep. From here, I'm just gonna push forward with my shoulder, and I'm gonna hug her elbow to get the armbar. Okay, so basically, it is the same thing, but since it's an inverted armbar, I'm no longer pushing with my hip on the elbow. I'm actually pulling here with my arm on her tricep, and I'm pushing with my shoulder on her wrist. So I get this motion going on. All right, so one more time. Let's say that I was here. I push the arm through. I'm gonna slide her wrist over my shoulder. I wanna trap her wrist here. I can use my hands as well, but that is not so strong. I like to use my forearm. I'm going to hug her elbow, push forward with my shoulder, and I get the armbar. Okay, just wanted to talk about real quick about this so you guys can understand the mechanic. Hope I could answer your question. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.